The question you have asked is a very small question. The answer which is required is a very long answer, in fact. To talk of a belief in God which is meaningful requires so many arguments based on your study of nature, based on your study of whatever has been provided for mankind as such, much before man was created. It requires an answer of man in relation to other animals and what support system is created for man. The question relates to whatever provision you talk about, you get daily, and who provides that? They are profound questions. They have to be answered before you are convinced that your belief in God would make a difference. But this is no argument. Whether your belief in God makes a difference or does not make a difference, the reality of God cannot be created because of that. If there is a God, He must exist independent of your requirements as you see them. Because if I convince you that you need a God, there still may not be a God. So that is why the question is shaped or phrased in a manner that you are putting the cart before the horse. First, decide about the existence of God. Does He exist or does He not? If He does, then you owe Him so much of your existence that He must be recognized and He must be looked forward to for further guidance and further provision for you. Because if He does exist, then you must return to Him. Otherwise, the meaning of life disappears altogether. Now, in this question, I can only answer a little bit. Otherwise, I have just mentioned some avenues which have to be investigated by you. But this much I can answer you, that you owe many obligations to the society, to the government of the land in which you live, to the companies which employ you, if any company employs you. And the question is, how can they know that you are loyal to them? They have no way. If you cheat them quietly at every level, and if you are clever enough to do so all your life, the gate that death will open to you will be the gate of deliverance. Your death will be delivery from all the problems and all the worries about ever being caught. And this is how criminals are created. All criminals believe that their act of crime is unseen. All criminals develop with the belief that whatever passes within their heart is neither seen nor heard by outside forces to which I am answerable. So as long as one is sure of this, he may continue to think wrongly, even if he may not be able to practice what he thinks. It is the heart which becomes criminal first. And then there are many people who react to it differently. Some are coward, and because of cowardliness, they appear good. Some are rash, and in that act of rashness, they commit a crime in a manner that they are ultimately caught. Some are cunning, and very exquisitely cunning. They live a life of lie, and the society does not know them. So in this way, the corruption begins and proceeds unchecked. The more a society is godless, the more it is sure that it can run away with crimes, the more inclined it is to commit crimes. So that the crime begins to spread all over his life, in every area of his activity, with the result that a society, something like the one we observe, is born out of this godlessness, where God is only a myth, or God is only to be cared for by his religious leaders who do not care for him. And the whole society goes down the drain without any check. Is this life? Is this why we are created? And if not created, then what is this nonsense? Why not commit a mass suicide and get rid of all this nonsense? So these are profound questions which I reminded you of in answer to your question. They are not answers. But each avenue which I have shown you will lead to satisfactory answers. I hope if you remain in touch with the Jamaat, we can later, not much later, but soon, provide you with some literature which will satisfy your queries in all these areas. Right? Thank you.